Today, we have the one and only Montana Tucker with us here on The Creator's Take. Montana has amassed 3 million Instagram followers and 9.2 million followers on TikTok. She's known for her dance collab videos, recreating famous choreography, and for her Holocaust docu-series, How to Never Forget. Montana, thank you for joining us. We're so excited to learn more about you today and your journey as a talented performer and social media content creator.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
For those who aren't familiar with you and your work, let's hit the rewind button for a moment. Give us a no-nonsense intro. Who is Montana Tucker?
Oh my gosh, who is Montana Tucker? Montana Tucker is a girl from Boca Raton, Florida, and I have just always been extremely passionate about entertaining, about making people happy, about changing people's lives, whether it's through my music or through my dance or through my experiences. I started off dancing and acting and modeling at 8 years old, and now I'm a lot older than that, and I've done a lot of really awesome things that I'm so grateful for through music, through dance, through social media, and now with my latest work that I'm so incredibly proud of, my docu-series, How to Never Forget.
Yeah, we'd love to learn more about your background and experiences growing up as a young Jewish American performer, and how these experiences shaped who you are today.
Yes, so I grew up in Boca Raton, Florida, which is a predominantly Jewish area in Florida. I also grew up with 2 Holocaust survivor grandparents, so being Jewish from day one was always something that I was taught, why it was so incredibly important to be Jewish, why I should be so proud to be Jewish, but also why I should be accepting of any race, religion, culture. It's something that my grandparents instilled in me, that my parents instilled in me at a very young age, and I think that is why I'm doing the work that I'm doing now. But I also grew up with a very not conventional Jewish name, Montana Tucker. It's funny because people would always say, "You're Jewish and your name is Montana Tucker?" Or, I mean, I dye my hair in case anyone was ever questioning that. My hair is dyed, but they're like, "You're blonde and you're Jewish." Like, there are all these stereotypes of what being Jewish is, or what being how you should look if you're Jewish, or how you should sound if you're Jewish. So always, growing up, I always had these different things of what being Jewish meant and what being Jewish looked like. And I'm really happy that I'm able to use my platform and use my experiences to show being Jewish can mean so many different things, can look like so many different things, and be proud of where we came from, especially in a day that the day that we're living right now. It's very, very hard to be proud and to stand up for yourself and to share that you're Jewish and why you love being Jewish. And I'm really honored and happy that I get to use my platform and my experiences in my life to hopefully inspire others to be proud.
I completely agree. What aspects would you say of your Jewish identity are you most proud of?
Ooh, I feel like I'm proud of so much, but I would say just that, again, growing up with 2 Holocaust survivor grandparents, hearing their stories my whole life, knowing what they went through, what my ancestors went through, what so many Jewish people went through, and to be able to be living the life that I'm living now. And I've done so many incredible things, even this past year, regarding my Judaism and regarding the work I'm doing for the Jewish people. I think that's what makes me so proud, because I know that, I mean, my grandma is still alive at 94, but unfortunately she has Alzheimer's of over 14 years, so she doesn't really know what's going on, but I know my Zadie is watching over, and I know that if they could know the work that I'm doing, they would just be so incredibly proud. So that's, I feel like, what makes me most proud of everything right now, for sure, is doing this for my grandparents.
What would you say, because obviously you grew up with these influences your whole life, what would you say gave you kind of like the push to start sharing more of your background with your fans?
Yeah, so anyone that knows me knows, and I'm sure in this time of us talking, you've now seen I'm very obsessed with my grandparents. Just growing up, I always was extremely attached to them. So they are my mom's parents. I'm very, very close with my mom. Anyone that knows me also knows my mom and I are best friends, and they were her parents. And I just always had this attachment to them. I mean, I'm actually currently wearing my grandpa's bracelet. I never take it off. This is his ring that I never take off. This was his wedding band. And actually, this is his too, that I made into like a little choker necklace. So he's always with me at all times. And I just always had this attachment to them. I don't think I would have ever dreamed and imagined that I'd be doing what I'm doing now, but I think I always knew I had this attachment. And my Zadie, my grandpa, passed away 3.5 years ago at 97. When he passed away, I rewatched his Shoah Foundation testimonials and my grandma's testimonials. And I'm like, wow, I need to do something with this, but I didn't know what yet. So I had a friend, and I shared my grandparents' stories with him, and he's like, you need to go to Poland. Have you ever been to Poland? And I've never been to Poland. I always wanted to go. My mom and I wanted to go, and we never got to experience it. And at first, I think we thought that we were just going to go to see it, experiencing it. And then we said, you know what? I have this platform of millions of people that I can't just go there and not film my experience. Like, we have to go, we have to film it, because this has the potential to reach millions of people about my experience, about what happened, about my personal family stories, and about how we can never allow this to happen ever again. Yeah. So that was kind of the start of it. And then the structure of it and everything that came from it was kind of after, but it was a really big, it was really crazy for me, because most of the work I do is very scripted. So like, I have a script, I know what I'm doing, I know where I'm going. Also, it's really happy and fun. And this was something that was completely opposite for me, and nothing like I've ever done before. It was very dark, it was very serious, very emotional. I mean, I'm crying 90% of the series, you know. It was very intense, and I just knew that if I had this opportunity that somebody can relate to my experiences, and also to show like this was real, this happened. Unfortunately, you know, a lot of schools aren't being taught about the Holocaust in the US, which is crazy. And with social media now, there's so many conspiracy theories and all these things. So I said, hey, I want people to join with me and come with me and be there right by my side as if they're standing there with me and experiencing this for the first time, just like I did. And I think that's why it's impacted people and really changing people's lives.
Yeah, your series, How to Never Forget, focused on Holocaust awareness and your own family's experiences surviving the Holocaust. What were some of the challenges you faced while creating it?
Yeah, so creating my series, How to Never Forget, it was something that I've never done before, not even remotely. You know, my content is very happy. I always thought my purpose and my goal with social media was just to make people happy and smile and laugh and learn a dance. And I never thought it would be education, Holocaust education, anything too serious. So for me to do that was a big risk for me, because, you know, everything on social media is about your engagement. And if people, you know, what they follow you for, if you go off of what they follow you for, are they going to unfollow you? Is it going to not do well in the algorithm? There are all these weird little things that go into posting on social media. But I said, you know what? I don't care about any of that, because if I have the opportunity to change one person's life, if one person sees that, the ripple effect that can come from that one person seeing it and that one person being affected by it is all that we could ask for. So I actually took 10 days off from posting anything else, because it's a 10-part series, and I didn't post anything else. I had to miss out on opportunities, on brand deals, on everything, and I just posted about the series for 10 full days. Obviously, I post about it all the time, but when I was releasing it, just took to social media and only posted that for 10 days. And it was a big risk, but I don't think any of us would have expected this positive impact that has come from it, and the changes that have happened, and it's just been incredible. It's really been incredible.
Yeah, education, especially surrounding the Holocaust and Jewish history, is so important, especially right now. Given the sensitive nature of your series, how did you navigate discussions, and how do you still continue to navigate them around the topic of anti-Semitism?
Yeah, so as we all know, the topic of anti-Semitism is so controversial, which is so crazy, because it shouldn't be controversial. It's we all know what it is, and we all know what we can do to do our part in stopping it and combating it. And the thing that I find with social media is that some people are just so passionate, and sometimes they go on social media and they start like attacking the other side, or attacking the people that they don't agree with or they don't believe in. And I think what I have done with my series, and what I continue to do, is I never do that. If anyone ever writes a negative comment, I never respond to it. I never answer it. All I do is I keep educating, and I keep showing examples of things that have happened. Even in my series, there was not once where I'm sitting there attacking the Nazis or attacking the people that didn't help us. But I have a whole episode dedicated, Righteous Among the Nations, to the people that did help and that did risk their lives and did stand up for what was right and for what they believed in. So I think that, there are so many risks that come with posting about being Jewish or standing up for what's right, but you can't let that hold you back. And I think if you just continue to share your truth and be vulnerable and be passionate and not attack the other side, I think amazing things will come from that. And I think that's why with the series, it wasn't really, a lot of people said, thank you for sharing this with me. I genuinely didn't know this. Like, thank you for educating me and changing my perspective. And a lot of the Jewish community shared it, but also a lot of the non-Jewish community shared it too, which is the most important of bringing our communities together.
Yeah, we and obviously your fan base have learned a lot about you and your history and your connection to being Jewish. What would you say your connection to Israel is like?
Ooh, so I went to Israel only once, unfortunately, but fortunately also because it was one of the best experiences of my life. I went on birthright about 10 years ago now. Yeah, about 10 years ago. And it's just one of the most magical places. It's crazy because I don't know one person that's like been to Israel that doesn't have the same experience. It doesn't say the same thing. I'm in the process of planning a trip now to Israel. I'm just finalizing the dates and I cannot wait. I'm like so excited. It's crazy that there's this misconception of what Israel is, and that's why I'm so excited to go and be able to like post and share my experience there, because it really brings cultures together and brings people together, and that's something that I think people don't realize and don't know. And it's a place for everyone, and it's just as a Jewish woman, I'm so thankful, and I know my grandparents would always instill in me how important Israel is and how thankful they are for Israel. And if Israel was around during the Holocaust wouldn't have happened, right? And so I'm really, really grateful that we have a place like Israel, and I am so grateful that it also welcomes all religions and all races and all communities into it. And I cannot wait to go back. I'm so excited.
With such a variety of content on your feed, from singing to dancing and obviously your series, how would you define your social media niche?
Ooh, I don't know if I would say like I have a necessarily niche. I would say that the common theme is all inclusivity and all inclusive. With my content from the beginning, I just love collaborating with all different types of people, of all walks of life, all ages. And I'll do a video with a 6-year-old, and then I'll do a video with 80-year-olds, and I'll do a video with all races, all religions. And I just think it's so important to bring people together, and it's so cool that people come together with their love of music and their love of dance or for whatever they are passionate about. And that's just something that's always been really, really important to me. And I think that's what's honestly kind of led to my series. But I just love bringing all types of people together, and I love collaboration, and I love making an impact. So I guess maybe that's what all of my content does in some way, shape, or form, whether it's by making somebody happy or by, I've done anti-bullying videos or body image videos, or with my music, I have a song called Be Myself about being proud of who you are and staying true to who you are. And so I feel like through my content, even though some of them may just seem like fun dance videos, I try to have a bigger meaning in all of them and a bigger concept. I don't know if that answers the question, but I think so.
Tell us a little bit about your early experiences with social media and content creation.
Yeah, so I kind of got thrown into the social media world in a way that I never really expected. I mean, I've been dancing, singing, modeling, all these things. I started modeling at 8 years old, so I've always been in the entertainment industry. But social media was kind of foreign to me for a while, and I just really used it for my friends. And this big content creator, her name is Lele Pons, she saw a video of me in dance class a few years ago, and she was like, who's this girl? I need to book her for one of my YouTubes. And then she booked me again, and then the third time she's like, can you teach me a dance? And so I taught her a dance, we put it up online, and it kind of went super viral. It was like, in one day, it got like 10 million or 20 million views. I was like, whoa, social media is insane. Like, you can put up this video and it can reach that many people. And so her and I became this little dancing duo together where we started creating these dance videos together. And then from there, I started collaborating with all different types of people, different artists and different actors and creators, and it just kind of spiraled. And then the brand deals, and I started working with some amazing brands that, you know, I've always used my whole life or loved my whole life, and then all of a sudden they're booking me to create content for them, which is so crazy. It's still a crazy concept when you get like these calls from companies or brands or even artists that you've like looked up to your whole life, and all of a sudden you're like, they want to do a video with you. You're like, what the heck? Really? Like with me? Like that's crazy. So content creation, I just love it so much. I think my absolute favorite part of like the entertainment industry in general, I just love performing, and I love meeting people, and I love just like being on stage. And I think that's why my short form content, why I've loved making them so much, is because it's like a mini version of me being on stage. Like it's like I'm performing in this smaller version. So content creation has just been so incredible, and I feel like social media can get such a crazy rep, but it also can be such a beautiful, incredible, empowering, powerful place, and it's really what you make of it. And I hope that people follow my content and feel empowered and feel inspired and feel powerful and feel like they can accomplish whatever they want to accomplish. So for me, I've been really grateful to meet some amazing people in the entertainment space and in the social media space, and yeah, I'm just enjoying the ride and continuing to evolve and create.
Yeah, you've had such an incredible journey so far. What were some challenges that you faced on your path to this success?
Listen, I think there are always going to be challenges. I feel like no matter what industry you're in, but especially social media, where there's just like so much. There's so much content out there. There are so many people trying to do the same thing you're doing. There's just so much, but there's also so much opportunity, right? So that gives you more of an opportunity to create. And what I always say is just keep trying things. People, I feel like, get discouraged, and even me, sometimes I'll work so hard on a video. I'm like, this video is gonna crush it. And then I post it, and then for some reason, like, it doesn't do as well. And it's not that like you're upset because the numbers aren't there. You're upset like, oh, like why I worked so hard on this video, like why didn't it perform as well? But then you post another video the next day that might have taken you 2 seconds to make, and that one just happens to take off in a way, right? So I think what's so important is just like keep creating and keep posting, because you never know what's going to work. But as long as you don't go against what you believe you're like, whatever you talk about niche, whatever you feel you want to be putting out to the world, I wouldn't say go completely against that just because you want to get views. I think you should stay along with your vision and stay along with your brand and your vision for yourself, but try different things along those lines. And I think that's the amazing thing about content creation. And also it's really cool because you don't know who you could reach with your video. Every video you're going to reach different people. So you don't know who you're going to attract from all around the world. You know, I also have a big following in Israel, which is great. And I'm so grateful for that. And that's from my videos. So I think that with content creation, there are challenges because you don't know exactly what's going to work at all times. But you got to keep going and not get discouraged if one thing doesn't work, and then you just try something else and you keep it going.
Among all your videos, which would you say is your favorite, and what holds a special place in your heart?
Oof. I mean, I've done so many cool videos, but like definitely my series, How to Never Forget. I mean, out of all the collaborations I've done and all the content I've done, this has been by far the most important, powerful, meaningful, impactful content that I could have ever dreamed of making. And I just want to continue to make as much more content like that as possible, because it's, again, out of everything I've done, all the people I've worked with, that has been just definitely my favorite piece of content.
You just went to the Malibu Barbie Dreamhouse. How was your experience over there?
Oh my gosh, yes. Going to the Malibu Barbie Dreamhouse, I feel like any girl would probably react the way I did. I mean, it's so cool because, like, again, growing up, you play with Barbies, you watch Barbie. Have you seen the movie?
Not yet.
You have to go see the movie.
I want to.
No, seriously, it is so good. But it was so fun. It was just, I went with one of my good friends, Garrett, and we had the best time just being creative, and we like really spent time on finding the exact costumes that they wear in the movie, because like when I do my movie recreations, I get sometimes too into them, and I'm like, I need the exact costumes. I need to match the exact timing. So we worked pretty hard on getting the costumes, and it was so much fun. And then seeing the movie like after I got to go to the house was so cool because I'm like, oh, this all makes sense now. And they made the house look really, really cool. But the movie's very good. It's very empowering for women, and especially for younger women. So I highly recommend.
Where would you say most of your inspiration comes from for your content, and how do you select the best ideas?
Ooh, I feel like I get inspiration for my content from like so many different things. I mean, a lot of times I'll do like research on whether it's like TikTok or Instagram, and see kind of what's like trending, what sounds are trending, or what videos are like doing really well. And then I think, okay, how can I do this but make it my own? So I do that a lot because it's so hard to like not follow the trends, but also like using the popular sounds and stuff like help the engagement, all those things. So I try to be creative in the way I utilize like what's trending and try to make it my own. Like I knew Barbie was trending, for instance, right? Like everything with Barbie was trending. So like the other day I got to do a video with this dance group from Italy who they are like so incredible. Their name is Urban Theory, and they like kind of dance super robotic and like very cool, but very opposite of Barbie. And so I was like, okay, how can we do a Barbie theme together where we like incorporate our two styles? And anyway, the video is like doing really well, and it's a really cool video. But because I was like, okay, I know Barbie's trending, how do I make it my own? So that's like just an example. And then I try to use like real life things. Like, you know, I'll do videos with my mom sometimes about like relatable stuff with like mothers and daughters and friends. And of course, like dance videos I just love creating. And, you know, some of them are just crazy. I'm like dancing in the middle of Hollywood Boulevard or like in the middle of the street. But yeah, it's I kind of get inspiration from different songs, different ideas, different like real life experiences by researching on social media.
Who do you trust, if anyone, during the creative process to give feedback or help shape your ideas?
Definitely my mom. Before I even think about posting anything, I feel like I send to her. And if she doesn't answer me, I'll text her like 10 times, like, hello, is this okay? Should I post it? Am I okay? But yeah, I always ask for her advice. I mean, a lot of times she'll come with me to set and while I'm filming, but a lot of times she can't be there. So I always get her advice and opinions on everything because I know she'll tell me the truth even when I don't want to hear it. So definitely my mom.
Yeah, as an inspiring content creator, what tips do you have for young creators starting from zero?
Yes, so I think that with content creation, people, you know, see people who have millions of followers and they're like, oh, I wish I could do that, or I'll never be there. I think all of us start from somewhere, right? I think that's something to remember. We all start in the same place. Everyone starts with 0 followers. It's just the truth of it. And even when you have the followers, you're still growing and you're still working. And I think that it's important to know that everyone has something that's going to make them special, every single person. Even though there are a lot of people dancing, there are a lot of people singing, there are a lot of people that might solely post Jewish content. But I know that I have something that I'm extremely passionate about, and I have multiple things that I'm extremely passionate about, and I want the world to see that. And I think whatever it is that you're passionate about, find a way to be authentic and be truthful with yourself, and that will shine through your content, whatever that is. So if you want to be this dancer, show why you want to be a dancer, and and explain your story while also posting dance videos. If you want to be a chef, explain your story of why you want to be a chef, and then post your cooking videos or fashion or whatever it is. I think the more authentic you are on social media, the more people feel they relate to you. And I think that's what is so important for people to feel like they could relate to you and that they've experienced. I think the videos that do the best on social media, I feel like, are because people can relate to them in some way. Just like a song, right? A song. The biggest songs are the ones that people feel like they somehow relate to them. Whether it's a love song or whether it's like a song that you listen to when you're going out with your girlfriends, or whether you've been through a breakup or whatever it is, like the ones that you can find that relation to. And I think that's with social media too. Like the people that are biggest on there are the ones that people feel they know the most and feel that they can relate to the most. So whatever type of content that you're trying to make, I think it's about finding that thing that you feel comfortable sharing with the world and and just keep posting and don't get discouraged, and just keep it going and keep it going and keep it going, because I think that the more you put out there into the world, it's going to come back to you.
Yeah, collaborating with other creators is vital for audience growth and engagement. How do you choose people to create content with?
So I am the biggest believer on collaborations. I love collaborating. I feel like that's most of my content is from collaborations. I'm also such a firm believer in DMing people. I think the power of the Instagram DM is so important and so incredible, because you don't realize like you have the opportunity to reach somebody that you would maybe never be able to reach without social media. And you never know who's gonna respond. You never, ever, ever know who's gonna respond. I mean, I just DM everyone, and there have been so many people who have responded, brands that I've loved and wanted to work with, that I'll literally just DM and be like, hi, I'm a huge fan of your brand. I literally wear it all the time. I would love to work together. Or an actor, I'll have this crazy concept for a video, I'll DM them, hey, don't know if you're gonna respond, but have this idea for a video, would you wanna do this with me? And so that's how a lot of my collaborations have happened, or people DMing me. So I think don't be scared to DM people, because you never know what's gonna happen, and a lot of really awesome things can also happen from DMs, and collaboration is so important to reach different audiences. You know, when I first started social media, my audience was predominantly like younger kids, and now because I've done videos with like Ric Flair, the wrestler, and Alex Rodriguez, the actor, to Sierra, the singer, or Anita, who's very big in Brazil. So it's like getting all these different audiences together and collaborating has been really, really awesome. And now my following's kind of all over the place, and I really try to cater my content and make my content like good for all audiences and all ages. So a 7-year-old can watch it and their parents are comfortable with them watching it, and I don't have any curse words or anything on my page. But then also a 30-year-old and a 60-year-old and all these different ages can watch it and still feel like they are relate to it in some way, shape, and form. So collaborations are key. Love collaborations.
Who would you say is your dream collaboration?
Oh, well, my dream collaboration was J-Lo, because anyone knows that I'm like obsessed with her. And I was able to do a video with her and meet her, and I just, oh my God, she's like the ultimate. Beyonce. Like, I would die. Literally, like die. I'm going to see her concert and I'm so excited. But Beyonce, I mean, just as a performer, I mean, she's just insane, incredible. But somebody who's not alive, Michael Jackson, that would be crazy to get to dance with him. Janet's posted my videos before, which is very cool, Janet Jackson. And somebody that's in the Jewish community, Gal Gadot, it would be so cool to do something with her. I don't know what we do. Maybe I can get her to dance. I don't know. But to do something with her would be awesome.
Yeah. What advice would you give to your younger self who's just getting started as a creator on the media?
Ooh, what advice would I give to my younger self? So growing up, I was extremely sensitive. I still am very sensitive, but like I was overly sensitive growing up, and I was actually really bullied in middle school and even into high school. And I would take everything everyone said so seriously, and I would let it just completely affect me. And so many nights I spent crying and coming home from school crying, or sitting in the bathroom crying because kids were mean to me. And I think the advice that I would give to myself is to know that anyone who's, I know this sounds kind of cheesy maybe, but anyone who's bullying you or anyone who's cutting you down is not happy with themselves. And you kind of have to switch your narrative of knowing that it has absolutely nothing to do with you. And it's really hard, because when someone's making fun of you or saying something mean to you, of course you're going to take that to heart. But no one that's happy with themselves and that's like a really good person is going to be sitting there cutting somebody else down. So you have to know that they're going through something on their own. And that's something I wish I knew, because now, if social media also, of course, you get the negative comments and stuff like that. And I think that I know that people commenting, sitting behind their phones and computers, commenting something negative, they must be going through something on their own. And also to never give up. There were times when I was younger, for sure, that I've been in the industry since 8, so there've been a lot of ups and downs. And I think that there were times when I was younger, because I was so emotional and so sensitive, that I was like, am I meant to do this? Like, is this what I'm meant to do? And then I always would come back to knowing like there's nothing else I'm meant to do, and this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And so it's just to never give up.
Yeah. What advice would you give to young Israeli creators to create content that would be appealing to an American audience?
Ooh. So I've actually randomly been getting all these like Israel videos on my For You page, which is really awesome. We'd love to hear that. But it's really cool what I've been seeing of people actually showing Israel in this like different light. And because anyone who does know Israel knows how amazing and how beautiful the country is and how beautiful the culture is and there's so many things. And I think that if people are in Israel right now creating content, I would just like really try to show the like culture of Israel. Because of social media, there are so many misconceptions about it. And, I think social media can get so political and all these things. And it's like, no, we want to just show how incredible the country is as the community, the people, the everything. And so I think if people are there, and even if I lived in Israel and I would be creating my dance videos, I'd be going to all the iconic spots in Israel, which we know they're so iconic. And I'd be filming my dance videos showing like, look how amazing this place is. And so I think whatever you're trying to make, whether if you're like a food blogger, then like show all the different types of incredible food there is in Israel. And I would say like that the American audience is going to see that and feel like, oh my God, this is so cool. I want to learn more, or I want to go take a trip there. So I think if you're like actually in Israel right now creating content, I would just like keep trying to show all the incredible places there, the incredible culture, the food, if you are someone that's going to go to a nightclub, show that like as part of it. Like there's just so much to Israel that is like so awesome. And so I think if you have the opportunity to be there and create content, just like showcase that, show how incredible it is.